Ontario in the red as the province releases its spring budget, showcasing a delay in balancing the books. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys, and we begin with breaking news. The Ontario government just tabled its spring budget a little over half an hour ago, and Ford's Conservatives are expecting to carry another deficit. The spending plan predicts a funding shortfall of $12.3 billion this fiscal year, then $13.8 billion the next. Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy on delaying a surplus for the third year in a row.
Of course, I'd prefer to have a smaller deficit. I'd prefer to balance sooner, but we have to live in the world we're in. Our plan is cautious where it must be and ambitious where it should be.
Some of the measures being announced at Queen's Park today, cutting the small business corporate income tax from the current rate of 3.2% to 2.2%. $1.1 billion in new funding for hospitals, $1.1 billion for home and community health care services, and new investments for developing artificial intelligence and quantum technologies. Meanwhile, here in Ottawa, the latest report for a city committee shows OC Transpo deep in the red last year, posting a multi-million-dollar budget deficit, up significantly from its deficit the year before. The report shows OC Transpo ran a $52 million deficit in 2025, up from a $25 million operating deficit in 2024. Staff say lower ridership, increased use of discounted fares, and no funding from upper levels of government all contributed to the ballooning deficit. Stats show there are more than 70 million passenger trips on OC Transpo buses and the O train last year. That was up 3.9% from 2024. In other news, an Ottawa woman says her stolen SUV was used in a smash and grab, then later removed from a tow yard. After weeks of looking for it, she's told it is a total loss, and she says she still doesn't understand why. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live more with details. Caitlin.
Yes, Stefan, it's a story Gail Robertson describes as weird, but what happens next, she said, left her frustrated, confused, and searching for answers. Robertson says she has spent weeks trying to figure out where her vehicle is after it was stolen from her driveway at the end of January. The next day, police say it was used in a smash and grab at an Orleans business. After it was recovered, she says it disappeared again from a tow yard, and she couldn't get answers from her insurance company on where it was. Weeks later, on Wednesday, she says she finally got clarification. Intact Insurance telling her her vehicle is at an auto shop in Orleans and confirms it's a total loss.
Which I need an explanation for, because it just did not appear to be a total loss to me. It just appeared to be very minor damage. And when they drove it through the window, when the cops got there, it was still running.
In a statement, Intact Insurance tells CTV News it's focused on reaching a timely resolution and is covering the car rental fees. Robertson says so far she's paid more than $600 on a rental car in order to get to and from work while she's trying to locate her vehicle. Stefan?
CTV's Caitlin Wilson reporting live for us. Thank you for this, Caitlin. A cyclist was sent to hospital in critical condition early this morning after a crash with a car in Ottawa's Alta Vista neighbourhood on Haig Drive. CTV's Tyler Fleming has details. Tyler.
Yeah, Stefan, the cyclist is now listed in serious but stable condition after a collision where police spent much of the day investigating. It happened around 6:15 a.m. Police believe a man may have fallen off his bike before being hit by an oncoming vehicle along Haig Drive between Sandra and Fleming Avenues. Paramedics say the victim, suffering from life-threatening injuries, was rushed to the Ottawa Hospital Civic Campus, despite the general being only minutes away. Throughout the morning and into the afternoon, the road remained closed as police looked to piece together what happened.
I'm not sure what happened, but I know the nurse lives down the street. She came out to help him. And then the ambulance got here around 6:15, and that was it. The police started blocking off the road, and now they're doing all kinds of calculations, see what happened.
When patients sustain serious injuries, it's very important that we take them to the right hospital right away. And this hospital that specializes in trauma care in Ottawa, it's the civic campus of the Ottawa Hospital. So often we will bypass the closest emergency department to get them to the right hospital.
The scene has since been cleared and the road is now open. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the Ottawa Police Collision Investigation Unit. Stefan.
CTV's Tyler Fleming reporting live for us. Thank you, Tyler. A memorial is growing for Peter Clark, the crossing guard killed on the job in Barrhaven earlier this week. The memorial is at the intersection of Cedarview Road and Kennevale Drive near the Mary Honeywell Elementary School. Crossing guard Peter Clark was working at the intersection at around 8:20 Monday morning when he was struck by a vehicle. The driver allegedly fled the scene. Clark died of his injuries. A 19-year-old has now been charged with leaving the scene of a fatal crash. Zandier Wright appeared in court on Wednesday. He remains in custody and has another court appearance tomorrow. The 2 Canadian pilots killed in the tragic Air Canada crash in New York are being brought back to home soil. The bodies were taken to New York Liberty International Airport this afternoon for a dignified transfer back to Canada. Captain Antoine Floret from Quebec and First Officer Mackenzie Gunther from Ontario died when their jet crashed into a fire truck shortly after landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport on Sunday. The crash sent more than 40 people to hospital.
It's Yakemchuk, walks in, scores! Yakemchuk!
Coming up on CTV News at 5, 2 new faces joining the Ottawa Senators as the team forges ahead, aiming to secure a playoff spot. And Jackie Perez is joining us live in studio with our first look at the forecast, Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. It's a bit of a wet weather day, and it will continue for the next hour or so. Taking a closer look, much of the widespread rainfall has really focused along the Kingston-Brockville area and much of southern Ontario. So by 7 p.m., it should clear up, but cloudy skies are still in the forecast. Good news, though, we are anticipating some sunshine for our Friday. Now, temperatures right now, about 7 degrees in Cornwall and Brockville, 3 in Kingston, 2 here in Ottawa, 3 in Gatineau. And as we look towards our overnight lows, we are going to see about -4. So we are starting to get chillier conditions. We'll have a closer look at your forecast in just a bit. Stefan.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. Check out Geeked Out, Ottawa's toy and collectibles sale this weekend at the Nepean Sportsplex. The sale features 120 booths of toys, games, cards, and lots more. Visit their website for details. Here's a live check on traffic right now on the Queensway in the westbound lanes. It's slow going from Nicholas to Woodruff. Eastbound is slow from Innis to St. Laurent. The 174 eastbound has moderate to heavy volume between the Split and Montreal Road. You're watching CTV News at 5.
You're watching CTV News at 5 with Stefan Keys.
Far side pass, and it's an early shot. He scored!
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Many new Democrats from across the country will be gathering in Winnipeg this weekend for the annual NDP convention. According to documents obtained by the Toronto Star, one of the items up for discussion is if voting should be mandatory in Canada. Today's radio question of the day is asking, should Canada introduce mandatory voting?
It's their own choice. What are we going to do? What are going to be the consequences if you don't go vote? Are you going to have to go to jail, get a fine? Like, where does it stop? People get to choose if they want to vote or not. And the bottom line is, if you don't go and vote, you get the government you deserve.
Christy Cameron is here with more. Christy, I don't even know how you picked which listener because there's so much feedback on this. The inbox lit up. And, you know, voting is a right. People think they have a choice to exercise. How do you make it mandatory? What are your thoughts?
Well, let's be clear. The context of this is that it's great fodder for talk radio. It's a discussion that is happening this weekend with the NDP. So let's face it, it is far from becoming a political reality in Canada. But in more than 20 countries, including Australia, there is mandatory voting. And the results show that it works. But I'm personally not in favor of it for a number of reasons. Number one, freedom of choice. I believe that means you can choose not to vote. I think you should. But if you choose not to, that's your choice. Number two, voter turnout is such an important signal to me. I think it's a bit of a litmus test. It shows us when people are showing up, when elections matter, and what issues are motivating people to show up and cast their ballots. Case in point, if you look at the turnout in the last federal election, in Canada, we had the highest turnout in 30 years. because people cared, because they heard the rhetoric of President Donald Trump, and they were talking about Canada's sovereignty. People wanted to show up. They were worried about our future, about our economy. When voter turnout is low, it's a message that we're doing something wrong, that political parties are not reaching people. And I think we need to listen to that.
Such an interesting conversation. Thank you for this, Christy.
Yeah, thank you.
And you can join the conversation, leave a comment through the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen live to Christy Cameron on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 2 to 6. And now watch Christy's segments anytime on YouTube. Subscribe to the News Talk 580 CFRA channel. A pair of new faces on the Ottawa Senators have made a big impact for the team this week.
It's Yakemchuk. Walks in. Scores! Carter Yakemchuk.
Senators' top prospect Carter Yakemchuk made his NHL debut yet Tuesday, registering a goal and an assist as Ottawa beat Detroit 3-2 to move into a playoff position. Also making his NHL debut Tuesday was 21-year-old defenseman Jorian Donovan. That name may be familiar to Sens fans, as Donovan's father, Shane, played 3 seasons with the Senators from 2007 to 2010, making them the first father-son duo to play for the franchise.
Having your dad play for this organization, play a long time in the NHL, and just being able to kind of follow his footsteps. I mean, I got to owe a lot to him. He's helped me so much throughout my career. I mean, I don't think I would have been even close to being here without him. So, I mean, I kind of just honored just to be here and be able to do that for him, and it's a pretty cool, special moment for us together.
Donovan said today that he feels like a kid on Christmas getting the call up to the NHL and is excited to square up against his idol and former Senator Erik Karlsson tonight. Donovan and Yakemchuk will both be in the lineup for Ottawa, who face the Pittsburgh Penguins at 7 p.m. at the CTC.
I think we can expect great things from you.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, heading back to Hogwarts, we're getting a first look at the new highly anticipated Harry Potter series. Here's what else you need to know. There are a few days left to experience the popular Butterflies in Flight exhibit at the Canadian Museum of Nature. The exhibition ends on Monday, March 30th. Buying tickets in advance is recommended. You can visit the museum's website for tickets and more information. Another live check on traffic right now. Pinecrest not moving too badly at this time, but we do know the westbound lanes start to back up around Bronson and Parkdale and kind of go out towards Woodruff before easing around Pinecrest. Nicholas looking good in both directions for now.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm, you lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Coming up later tonight after the news, E-Talk starts at 7, The Big Bang Theory at 7:30. Back-to-back episodes of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage start at 8, and at 9, 911 Nashville, followed by Grey's Anatomy at 10. Well, winter weather is not quite done with us yet. In the last 24 hours, we saw a little bit of everything: snow, freezing rain, and now periods of rain. So with another check on the weather forecast, let's bring in Jackie Perez, who is, again, joining us live in studio. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. Yes, we are seeing light rain move throughout downtown Ottawa, and in the next couple of hours, we could likely see some of it mixed in with snow. The good news is it is supposed to taper off and exit the Eastern Ontario, the system rather. It should be leaving Eastern Ontario in the next couple of hours. Now, here's a live look. There are Centennial Glass Sky Cam on this rainy evening. It is 2 degrees out there right now, showcasing Parliament Hill and Chateau Laurier. Taking a look now at our conditions, we can can see that temperature-wise, we are getting down to about 4 degrees. So it was decently a warm day today, getting down to about -1 overnight. The winds are also going to pick up too, so you're going to notice northerly winds 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, and this is going to bring much colder air into eastern Ontario. So tomorrow morning, waking up to about -9, but it's going to feel closer to -17. You definitely want to bundle up and layer up because we're only getting to a daytime high of -2. The good news is we are getting lots of sunshine in store here for eastern Ontario, including parts of the valley. So overnight, we are getting down to about -15. It's going to be a cool one, -4, the daytime high with some sunshine. And as we look towards the Seaway, it's going to warm up closer to the freezing mark. Sunny skies also in the forecast, but the periods of rain will continue into the overnight hours. Now, here's a closer look at what we can see for Saturday. When we take a look at our long term, we are anticipating some cloudy skies. There might be a little bit of flurries moving through, but it shouldn't last very long, and that's the good news. So we are seeing some flurries lingering for Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday -1 is going to be the daytime high. It's going to start to warm up Sunday and Monday, where Sunday's daytime high 7 degrees. Looking forward to Monday with a mix of sun and cloud, where the daytime high will be 10 degrees.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree, complete tree care from start to stump.
So we just got to get through today, Stefan, where we will see some rain moving in the next couple of hours, mixed in with a little bit of snow. But tomorrow, lots of sunshine. However, it will be a chilly Friday.
Definitely. I was surprised to have to scrape off my vehicle this morning, Jackie. Feels like spring. Not.
Definitely not.
Thank you. Here's a look at the stories you're checking out right now on ctvnewsottawa.ca. If you go to our homepage currently, one of the top stories our digital team has been working on comes from the mayor's social media accounts. So every morning, Mayor Sutcliffe will post a picture accompanied by Good Morning Ottawa, Bonjour Ottawa. And this one in particular got some comments. People didn't like the fact that it looked like a barren wasteland. They think the mayor should be, showcasing Ottawa in its best light. So we did ask the mayor, how do you select the photos that you post every morning? If you want to find out, go to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Coming up for us here on CTV News at 5, a day of free music and activities at a popular Ottawa festival this summer to celebrate Ottawa's milestone birthday. And here's what you need to know. Don't miss the Vanier Sugar Festival this weekend. The event runs Saturday and Sunday at the Vanier Museo Park. If you need gas tonight, one of today's cheapest gas prices can be found at the Mobile Station on Ogilvie Road in the Gloucester area. Regular gas there is listed for 157.9 cents a litre. And another quick live check on traffic. The westbound lanes of Pinecrest, a little slow at this time. Saint Laurent, if you're going eastbound, is also slow. And then Nicholas, you're starting to see some volume pick up this hour. Things slowing down than even just a few minutes ago. We'll be right back.
Pure Country 94. Ottawa's home for the best country music. Listen for your chance to win $50,000 with Pure Country's big $50K payday.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The current temperature, 2 degrees. And it's time now for a look ahead to CTV News at 6. Here's Patricia Bull.
Thanks, Steph. Here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
When they drove it through the window, when the cops got there, it was still running.
An Ottawa woman is sharing her story after having her vehicle stolen, used in a smash and grab robbery, and then seeing it disappear from a towing yard. She says she's left with questions for her insurance company.
We're overhauling the very way we arm our Canadian forces, so they have the tools they need to keep Canadians safe.
Canada finally hits the NATO defense spending target of 2% as U.S. President Donald Trump continues to criticize the alliance. And what's in a picture? Maybe not the most appealing scene, but it is March. A photo posted to social media earlier this week by Ottawa's mayor goes viral. We'll explain why. All of that and more is coming up tonight on CTV News at 6. That's right after the early edition of CTV National News with Carolyn Jarvis at 5:30. Steph.
Thank you, Patricia. Now the final 5 other stories we're following today. Ottawa Blues Fest will host an afternoon of free music and programming to celebrate Ottawa's 200th birthday. Free programming will happen on Sunday, July 19th. Mark your calendars from noon to 4 p.m. It will include performances from several groups, including Natalie McMaster and Family, Choir, and showcases from Blues in the Schools and Be in the Band. There will also be a lineup of family-friendly activities. After a major drop in gas prices yesterday, prices at the pumps have once again spiked. Here in the capital, the cost of gas rose about 7 cents a litre today to an average of 173.9 cents for a litre of regular gas. That's after a drop of 13 cents yesterday. And the price jumps are expected to continue amid the ongoing war in the Middle East. The cost of gas will drop 6 cents a litre on Friday at stations in Ottawa and across the province. The Ottawa Senators are working towards a partnership with the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation for the future LeBreton Flats Arena. Last summer, the Sens and NCC reached an agreement for the sale of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. In a new joint statement, the Sens and Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation say they're working to establish a long-term economic partnership that will be based on a shared vision for LeBreton. Further details are expected to be released once a memorandum of understanding is finalized.
I think we can expect great things from you.
We are getting our first look at the upcoming Harry Potter reboot series. It tells the story of Harry Potter from the beginning with a brand new cast that includes 3 newcomers as the main characters, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, as well as heavyweights like Nick Frost as Hagrid and John Lithgow as Dumbledore. The show will hit Crave later this year. Crave and CTV News are both divisions of Bell Media. An adorable little monkey who stole hearts with his little plush orangutan is settling in well at a zoo in Japan. Zookeepers say Punch is gradually integrating with the other monkeys, actively approaching them and trying to communicate. The little guy gained a huge online following after his mother abandoned him and he was given the toy for comfort. He's brought so many people to the zoo that they needed new rules for crowd control. That is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. Be sure to join Patricia Bull for CTV News at 6. The early edition of National starts right now.